So, ladies and gentlemen, Lionel Messi, the greatest of all time, our GOAT, ladies and gentlemen, he recently returned back to Barcelona. Quite surprisingly, he went back to the Camp Nou, and this is the first time he's actually returned back to Barcelona officially since his departure. And this was a completely surprising visit. Like, no one in the club, no one was expecting him to return. Obviously, we know that the Camp Nou was recently opened for training, and there was a lot of pictures and everything else. And considering right now it is international break, there was a lot of news that came out that Lionel Messi was in Barcelona alongside Rodrigo de Paul, and there was no news of what he was doing at Barcelona, right? There was not any talks that he was gonna be meeting the club or going to the stadium. And it was quite surprising when the pictures and everything else came out on him in the stadium. He actually arrived at Sunday midnight, right? In the middle of the night, he went and visited the stadium, and he had a lot of words, guys, and I wanted to basically talk about some of the stuff that he said, which, I'm not gonna lie to you, as a Barca fan and as a Messi fan, almost put tears in my eyes. So as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, Lionel Messi visited the stadium, and it was a completely unexpected visit. No one teased it. It was nothing. It was not in the air. And I'm not gonna lie to you, when I saw the videos and I saw the pictures of him in the stadium, it almost brought a tear in my eye. I could not believe, seeing him for the first time in Barcelona, right, in the stadium for the first time since he left. It just brought back the memories. And Lionel Messi actually had a lot of things he said. On his Instagram, he actually commented, right, when he visited the stadium. He said, "Last night, I returned to a place I miss with my soul. A place where I was immensely happy, where you guys made me feel 1,000 times the happiest person in the world. I hope one day I can return, and not just to say goodbye as a player, as I never got to." And this, ladies and gentlemen, has created a massive buzz in the entirety of the whole of world of football, especially for us Barcelona fans. And I've always said, for me, Lionel Messi, it is a travesty, a crime to football that he will not retire in a Barca shirt, right? It was a travesty that he had to leave in the first place. Like, he never wanted to leave. We never wanted him to leave. And with everything, we always had hope. We always had belief, especially after his end with PSG, that, he would look like he was on his way back. And a lot of us believed that he was. But it never happened. He went to Inter Miami, where he has been absolutely cooking. No surprises. Doing an amazing job. And hopefully he does win the MLS Cup with Inter Miami this season. And, we all know there's some other factors, right, to, add into why potentially he might not return back to Barcelona. The biggest one obviously being, his fallout with Joan Laporta. But look, these are things that can be fixed, right? Joan Laporta has fallen out with a few people in his past, right? Ronald Koeman was one he fell out with. They've actually managed to patch things up. So, there's always a belief in my heart that this could happen. Now, do I want Lionel Messi to return at Barcelona? Yes, 100%. Because here's the thing, right? Messi has basically mentioned it, right? He has been saying this in multiple interviews. He's never hidden the fact that the end is nigh for him, right? He is playing potentially in his last World Cup, which honestly is not even potential. At this point, this is going to be his last World Cup in 2026, right? That's probably going to be the last big competition we could see him in, and he could potentially retire just after the World Cup. Well, no one knows, right? He's basically been teasing it for a while. So anything can happen. And for me, I just feel like if the end is near, he has to retire at the club. He's already shown he's too good for the MLS. He's already shown he's too good for this league, bro. He is making this league look piss poor. He's too good for this league. And do I still think he can do it at the top level in Europe? Absolutely not. I don't think he's the same guy. But even still, he's still better than half of the players in Europe right now. Do not get it twisted, right? And at Barcelona, I would love him to return, even if And this is, for me, the biggest dream of mine. If he is planning on retiring, let's say in the summer of 2027, let's say that's when he decides, after the World Cup, he's decided 26-27 season is his last season of his career. He should spend the last 6 months of his career at Barca. The last 6 months before he retires needs to be at Barcelona. And look, there's going to be a lot of people going to be like, do you want to risk it, this and this and this. Look, I don't care. People can call me nostalgic. People can say, oh, Omar, you're just being a nostalgic fan. I don't care. I don't care. I want to see Lionel Messi get the standing ovation, get the departure that he deserves. There's a lot of legends in this game that got an incredible departure. He needs to be one of them. For what he's given to football, what he's given to us Barca fans, he deserves it. Right? So for me, Lionel Messi returning to Barca is my dream. Right? I would like to see it happen. And the fact that he said these things, he said the things he said, clearly shows that he is not close to the idea. Right? A lot of people have always felt that, because of his issue with Laporta, the bridge is now closed. He's shown, especially with these comments in his Instagram, that the door is not closed. The door is still open. And I think, like I mentioned, I don't see him coming to Barcelona and staying for the next few years. I think if he is returning to Barcelona, it's going to be because the end is actually near and that he is planning on retiring. Maybe at the end of that season, or maybe just doing one last big season at Barcelona. Who knows? I'm open to both. But chat, let me know what you guys think about this, because a lot of people might say I'm just overreacting, I'm speaking as an emotional fan. Don't care if I am sound like an emotional fan. I'm a Barca fan, and as a Barca fan, and as a Messi fan, as a football fan, I think a lot of us want to see Lionel Messi back in the Barca shirt, guys. It just doesn't sit right with me. I don't care how many years he's not played for Barcelona. It still doesn't sit right with me that he's not wearing a Barca shirt. It's absolutely ridiculous. But let me know what you guys are saying in the comment section below. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and y'all know what to do, guys. Visca el Barça, Visca el Catalonia, and peace, you guys. Take care.